early on, now, I'm not gonna lie, I had concerns about Matilda's true intentions with you. Now, there are some viewers that are suspicious that she is using you for a green card.
She just sent him my DMs out of nowhere.
How would you respond if you discovered that is the case?
I mean, at this point, she has stuck with me for more than 2 years. At this point, I want her as a business partner, if nothing else.
What makes you say that?
Do you know how much morale you have to stick with a mark that long? There is some dedication to that mark at this point, to a point where I'm just saying, well, you know what? Even if you're just trying to use me for a green card, I admire your dedication. We could at least start businesses together.
Okay, so you're basically saying at this point, it wouldn't even.
I'm impressed. I'm impressed.
Okay.
One of those things where you just have to say, man, just you can't even grieve it. You just go straight to acceptance and say, hey, she spent 3 years of her life. If she is in fact younger than me, that's 3 years of the best years of her life. Where they say 18 to 25 is when women are the most beautiful and all that good stuff.
I don't believe that. I don't
believe that either. But I don't know. In America, we're superficial like that. Yeah. Well, you know what? She spent 3 of the best possible years of her beauty on me. So hey, I take it as a compliment at this point.
Well, some might see it like on an investment to get to the States too. So.
Well, you know what? Scary money don't make money. Right?
Here I come, Matilda.
All right, now you and Matilda are 90-day newbies. You're new to the franchise. Whose idea was it to join the show?
The funny thing about that is that me and Matilda both, were talking about this, and we were just kind of talking about how, hey, what if we were TV stars? She said, do you know anybody who would be willing to watch someone like us? Because let's be honest, in real life, we're kind of boring. We're just young people trying to, make it in this world, trying to, end better than what we started. Let's put it like that. And I said, so I'm going to send an email to Sharp Entertainment, see what happens.
Yeah.
Well, we saw what happened.
Right. So are you watching the season back?
I am watching the episodes. I'm watching my episodes as they air. So I can kind of see what, other people are seeing. And man, I thought I portrayed myself one way and I come off a totally different way.
Okay, so how did you think you portrayed yourself and how do you think you're coming off?
For example, I do seem a little bit more confident than I actually am in real life. You know that? I seem like I know more what I'm talking about than I would in real life. There are times where I do stutter a lot. There are times where my disability comes right up in the middle of conversations, where I say something that's just not like, why would you say that? And whenever I go back and think about it, I'm thinking, man, that was not the thing I should have did there, or that was not the thing I should have said there.
Mm-hmm.
And how much of that is just me being a nerd, and how much of that is me being autistic, even I don't quite always know.
Okay. So you feel like you thought you were coming off not as confident, but you're actually coming off more confident on camera.
Yes, and I feel like that can't be all editing.
I know that's right. You're more confident than you think now.
And that's why I said, but when I look good, I look really good. But conversely, when I look bad, I look like the worst thing that's ever walked this earth.
So how was it watching the episodes back where you were holding back your truth from Matilda, not telling her you want to postpone the wedding?
I'm happy that very soon I'll get married to the man I love. Right? That's right. Mm-hmm. There's a lot of people coming. It's more than 200 people over there. It's a whole lot.
How was it for you watching those episodes back? Especially when the producer called you out and said, Niles, you aren't being fully honest.
Ooh, I have some opinions about that one.
Oh.
I thought I was pretty clear that I would not be getting married on this trip.
But Niles, there were plenty of times when she was planning a wedding and you were talking to her that you didn't stop.
Wait a minute, I told her, now hold on, Matilda. I'm not there to plan this wedding yet, so this can't happen on this trip.
It just doesn't go with what you told me before, Niles, which is you told me that you knew she was planning a wedding and that you had not expressed to her that you weren't ready to get married yet.
They called me out, but I could not think of one time where they called anyone else out. At least that didn't make it to air. Now, if they did call out the other people on this show, when I watch their episodes, when I watch their parts, I don't see them getting called out. Someone needs to call out Brian. If I can get called out, why hasn't Lauren gotten called out? My God, why hasn't Adnan been called out?
I don't want other man to touch you, baby. You are just for me.
I need my hair done.
That's the one we should be talking about here. But, they called me out, which, really just goes to show that maybe I am a little bit more approachable than I think I am. They don't say crap to Big Ed. They don't say crap to Adnan. They don't say crap to Lauren.
Yeah, I think you're more, I can't speak for the producers, but so many of us viewers, we like you. We like you and Matilda. We want the best for you. So it comes from a place of come on now. It's let's be real here,
Which I guess I should take that as a compliment. Kind of like when someone tells me I would never survive in prison. Good. Thank you for saying that to me,
I think you have just seen a firsthand example of masking, that? Where just to keep you happy, I didn't tell you everything that I need to tell you.
I love this man. And I'm starting to understand sometimes it's difficult for him to communicate because of his autism. And it makes things very complicated. More than I thought.
A fan spam question. Isis says, please ask Niles if he intends to use his autism against Matilda when it's convenient for him. Seems to me that he's functional enough to premeditate every other aspect of his and Matilda's relationship, but his autism kicks in at the most important decision-making moments. What's your response?
That's using my autism against her. I'll say this. Don't attribute to malice what can be attributed to incompetence. Don't attribute to, premeditation. I'm going to tell you right now, I don't do premeditation so well because, quite frankly, that's a lot of brain power and mental hoops that I have to jump through. So if I just failed to say something that I thought I said, that's what it is. If I failed to disclose something that was important, no, I am not trying to keep it away from, because why would I do that?
You were doing it out of fear of her reaction.
Well, let's put it like this. I don't wake up and say, how can I intentionally hurt Matilda? That's not what I'm thinking.
Yeah. That sums it up right there.
My family is most concerned about me being taken advantage of, me being talked into something that I may not be able to get myself out of. And if I came back home a married man, they would probably have a hard time accepting that. Your
family, you have said that they don't support your relationship with Matilda. They think that she's taking advantage of you. Fast forward to today, do they have those same feelings about Matilda?
This is a rather involved answer.
Okay.
By that, I mean, this is going to be a long, drawn-out answer, and I really need you to I'm going to try and compress it down to a couple of sentences.
Try.
So, they say that they support us now, after everything that has happened. They say that, well, we believe in you now, and to that, I say whatever choice I have to make, I have to live with it. Whatever choice that comes about. We can't live in this life of what ifs. Well, shoulda, coulda, woulda. Well, did not. That's what I need to live in. Did or did not.
Yeah. Okay. So we'll see eventually if you did or did not. So at this point in the season, Matilda's family, they have agreed to your proposition to do the knocking ceremony now and wait till you return to Ghana to do the traditional ceremony. In your mind, what is the timeline to come back to Ghana? Like, what are you thinking? What would be ideal for you financially and time-wise?
Well, ideally, the time to come back to her is, well, let's see. Financially, the time to come back would be as soon as I've saved up enough to where I don't have to worry about bills for the next month, which that's only going to take, 2 or 3 months?
Okay.
So.
But not like a year or two?
Oh, no, definitely not a year.
Okay.
Like, that's crazy even thinking about it like that from my perspective.
So what are the chances we're gonna see you and Matilda get married this season? What can you tease?
Well, what I can tell you is that, contrary to what some people might be saying online, I do actually want to get married. I just wish we hadn't did it this way. To everyone watching, don't do what I did. Don't do what Matilda did either. If you love each other, slow the hell down. You have each other for the rest of your life. If it's true love, it's not going anywhere. And we don't have to sprint. We can walk.
Okay. Well, I have another fam question. Victoria and the girl with the tattoo wants to know, are you going to try to take some of your family with you on the next trip to visit Matilda? We're so curious about your family. Are they going to join?
So curious. Well,
like, are you going to taking them to Ghana to meet Matilda's family?
In a perfect world, yes, they would be accompanying me to meet Matilda. But when it comes to my family, I'm quickly finding out that I didn't start off in a perfect world. My perfect world, I'm gonna have to make with my own 2 hands.
What is that?
Sea urchin.
Poisonous! That's poisonous! Please listen to me.
Mary wants to know, other than the fact that Matilda is beautiful, what is it that you love about her?
Well, first of all, I can have a conversation with her for hours on end. There's a lot of beautiful women who you would hate their guts you can't have a conversation with them for more than 5 minutes without hating their guts. Me and Matilda, we can literally just sit on the phone. We're laughing like dumb babies the whole time. And they ask, well, what did she say that was so funny? I'm like, I can't even remember, but I felt really good talking to her. Mm-hmm. She lets me joke around with her. She lets me tell my corny jokes, which I know they can be corny sometimes, but she laughs. This is the funniest thing in the world, which, hey, you know what? Finally, if she's lying to me, that's one of those good lies that you tell.
All right. One more question before I have to let you go. How would you describe what takes place at the tell-all? What can you tell us?
Here's what I'm going to say about the tell-all. Stay tuned. You're going to be surprised.
Surprised by who? Any teaser? Can you give us anything else? How did you enjoy your first 90-day tell-all?
Overall, it was a good experience. Overall, I wouldn't say that it was the worst thing that happened. And any situation where I can learn is a good situation for me.
And what is the biggest thing you learned?
The biggest thing that I learned, I have a maxim that says that the genius who recognizes only his own genius is the biggest fool he ever knows. That's exactly and guess what? That tell-all proved that to me.
Okay. Well, I'm hoping that you learn to tell the truth and not try to avoid conflict by delaying the truth and just face it head on.
Well, I think you'll find that I've learned to do that very, very, very well by the tell-all.
Okay, good. Well, so nice to chat with you now. Is anything else you want to say to the fans or the viewers?
The only thing I'm going to say to the fans is watch the show, watch the entire show. And before you pass judgment, just think that, Does it necessarily have to be the first thing I'm thinking of?
Mhm. Got it. All right, now. So thanks for our chat today.
You're very, very welcome.
I'm excited to see what plays out with you and Matilda.
I think you'll like it. I think you'll enjoy it.